Street Fighter 6 has classic control inputs that might seem intimidating or overwhelming to new players and beginners, which is why I'm assuming you're watching this video, because Street Fighter 6 also has modern controls to help ease in new players and beginners like yourself. But what are modern controls and how do they work and how do they compare to classic? I got you.
Take it one step at a time.
So to put it quite simply, Street Fighter 6's classic controls allow you to have 6 attack buttons, 3 punches, 3 kicks. You got light punch, medium punch, and heavy punch, and vice versa, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. Because you have 6 attack buttons when working with classic, you also have special moves such as your sandblast, but with special moves, that means you have 3 versions of the same special move. You have light sandblast, medium sandblast, and heavy sandblast. So you can already imagine how complicated it can get when using classic controls, having to work with all these normal moves you have and all these special moves you have. Even in the control list, you can see here that our special moves have certain inputs such as down, diagonally down, and then forward punch. So what that means is you have to push down, diagonally down, forward punch to get your sandblast to go out. If you just do down, forward punch, it's not gonna happen. Not only that, but when using classic controls, you also have a very restrictive time frame data wise when it comes to linking your normals together. So for an example, let's say we're using classic controls and we want to do our down medium kick into our flash knuckle special move. Well, the timing is pretty dang quick. You gotta do down medium kick and then down back punch. But you see, though they came one after the other, they didn't quite link together to make a true combo. But if we're faster, there we go. Not only do special moves have our inputs we have to do for your classic input here, but also so do our super arts. As you see here for our Vulcan blast, we have to do down, diagonally down, forward, down, diagonally down, forward punch. So let's give it a shot. So there we go. If you see the left hand side there, I had to do all those inputs for our super to actually come out. One step, why are you explaining classic controls? I came here to learn about modern. I know, but you needed to understand how classic actually works, so then you can understand what's really going on with modern, and here we go. So to put it quite simply, modern just makes everything we went over way easier, thus allowing new players, beginners, even vets like myself to have a good time, come in a little bit easier to a character, learn that character, and just learn their moveset a lot easier. Now the biggest difference with modern is you don't have 6 attacks, you have 3 attacks. You just have light, medium, heavy. The game decides what you're gonna do. You're not gonna do, if I press light, we're not gonna do light kick, we're doing light punch. So I'm learning Luke on modern, right? Let's say I'm doing that. Well, my light button is light punch. I don't have a light kick as of this moment in learning. I only have light, I have medium, and I have heavy. So it looks like for Luke, if I'm learning Luke on modern, I only got punches for my buttons here. Now, how is it easier? Well, your specials are 1 move. So our sandblast is quite literally 1 button. I'm just pressing the special button and we're getting sandblast. Now you might ask yourself, well, how do I get the light sandblast, the medium sandblast, the heavy sandblast? You don't. You just get sandblast. So that is kind of a con right there. You do not get the levels essentially to your specials. You just get the special as the game gives you. Specials, you only get 1 version of them, but they are far easier to input because our sandblast is just 1 button. Our uppercut is forward special. So you just hold forward while you do the special button and you get the rising uppercut. So as you can already imagine, whoa, that is way easier. I can just do specials like crazy for days. Sandblast, uppercut, what? Yeah, that's kind of the point of modern. So yes, it makes it far easier physically to do moves, combos, and even specials and supers. And of course, it makes it easier to even learn the character and how they work and kind of what their moveset, you know, kind of consists of. I mean, when it comes to supers, even our supers, rather than doing like down, like diagonally forward, down, diagonally forward punch, we're literally just gonna push special and heavy together, and that's our super. Watch this, ready? Bop, bop. That's our super. That's how easy supers can be pulled off in modern. Our other supers are just back and the same inputs. This is our super art 2. You want to do super art 3? Just hold down and do the same thing. So again, as you can see, specials, supers, combos are just way easier to pull off. Not only are supers easier to pull off, but they come out way faster because essentially, yeah, sure, in classic, I can do down, forward punch pretty fast, sure, but it's not as fast as pushing 2 buttons together. That's too fast. So essentially, you're doing what we call in the fighting game community, frame 1 supers. Like as soon as the super can come out, it's coming out. I personally play on a fight pad myself for fighting games, but I know a lot of people, and even me including, we used to play on controller, which I'm assuming a lot of you do. Keep this in mind for modern. In a game like Street Fighter where classic has 6 attacks, well, there's only 4 buttons on the controller. So your other 2 attacks, heavy punch, heavy kick, are actually returned into triggers here on the side. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really quite like that. I was like, all my attacks are on the front and then my triggers are also attacks. Well, when using modern, you only have 4 attacks. You got 3 attacks and 1 special button. So they're all kind of on the face of the controller. You have attack, 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 you know, light, medium, heavy, and then your special all up here, allowing you to map the triggers to, I don't know, grab, drive, impact, parry, whatever you want. But the point is, on a controller, all your attacks and specials are on the front face. So that's a small pro to think about if you play controller. Not only are specials and supers and even combos way easier to pull off, but in modern, you get what's called assisted combos. We have an assist button right here. I'm holding it down. You can't really see it. That's not doing anything until I press buttons. So you see in our modern command list, we have assisted combo. So while I'm holding down the assist button, I can press light, 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 and I get a combo off. So 2 things to note. First, let's just do the full combo. You have to have drag meter and a super ready to rock. If I just do it, I'm literally pressing 1 button. As you saw, I did 2 punches, 2 normals, an enhanced special, and then a super art. And all I did was press 1 button over and over again. If we press assist light twice, we get low kick, low punch, and then we can stop there and do a special such as our rising uppercuts. We can go, you know, assist light, light, uppercut, and that's 3-hit combo. Whereas if I hadn't pressed assist and just done light, light, I would have just my 2-hit combo here. So let's go ahead and break it down in a couple of bullet points. In modern, you get easier specials, you get easier super, you get assisted combos, and a little bit more lenient frame data when it comes to trying to link your normals together. It makes it a little bit easier, so I can just do this, 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 and then special, and that's to be easier to pull off when it comes to frame data between those moves and those specials. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, if it's this easy, why isn't everyone just doing modern? You're not wrong, but there are definitely some drawbacks to using modern controls, and the biggest one is you actually lose 20% damage when it comes to your specials and your supers. So to show you in real time not only what I mean, but how it looks and the difference in damage, I'm going to do a simple enhanced flash knuckle uppercut and then a super, and we'll see the damage. I'm just going to do super 1, both light. Let's do it. Ready? So see our full super there, that is 2800 damage. This is on classic. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on modern. So let's enhance it and then just do our super. 2240, and that's with every move of the Sandblast super hitting. So we're losing 560 damage. So that is the biggest drawback I can think of so far for using modern. Not only that, but of course, when using your specials, you lose out on the ability to do your certain levels of the specials. So if I want to do Sandblast light, I don't get to choose. I just do Sandblast. Now, that can be a trade-off, right? So you can take that at face value and say, well, I don't really care that I'm losing the levels of the specials. I'm just going to learn the character as they give me for modern. So I'm not gonna think about it like, oh, Luke has 3 levels of Sandblast. I'm gonna think about it like he just has Sandblast, and that's not a problem. That's kind of what I do. So when I learn a character on modern, I think, okay, I have Sandblast, but that's kind of just what they have. They have Sandblast. I don't need to worry about other levels. I just think, okay, my special move is Sandblast, and that's just what it is. If I wanted to do low kick, I have to press assist then light, and that's my low light kick. So that's kind of a trade-off too. You do lose out on a couple of normals that you might want to use if you were using classic. But to be fair, you do have a lot of them. Like if I wanted to do low medium kick, I got my low medium kick. So of course there are some trade-offs when using modern controls, and you gotta kind of weigh the options. Do I want to lose out on the options I have for normals and the levels of specials that I can use, and also take down that 20% extra damage for specials and supers? Or do I want to take the time to learn the quote-unquote complicated version of classic control input? To be honest, I think it's personal preference. I actually really enjoy modern. I think it is fun, and I think it's a great option for new players like yourself maybe that are coming into Street Fighter 6 for the very first time ever and learning, okay, what are these modern controls? And they will help you learn a character, in my opinion, quite easily. And then maybe once you get the character down, you can move over to classic controls and gain access to their full kit. But also, you don't ever have to do, you can just keep using modern forever, and who cares? It's all personal preference anyway. You just got to think about the pros and the cons and what do you want to do with that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I see why classic is enticing, but I also love the idea of modern. Let me know down below, what do you think of the modern controls in Street Fighter 6? Have they helped you learn a new character? Let me know your thoughts down below. In your fighting game journey, make sure you take it one step at a time, and I will see you in the next one.